All right, YouTube, welcome back. TikTok, welcome back. Thanks for following. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is about knock sensor relocation. Do I advise knock sensor relocation on turbocharged or supercharged vehicles? Not particularly. The knock sensor is a piezoelectric sensor. It is only designed to pick up knock detonation frequencies. That's it. And I'm going to give you a little history and background for knock sensors. It's been around a long time. Knock sensors are going to be found in many different locations. They're all going to pick up the same frequency of knock. It's not going to pick up a suspension knock. It's not going to pick up a loose front end part. It's not going to pick up your battery knocking around. There's a certain frequency that knock, and not even rod knock. There's a certain frequency that detonation or ping emits, and this sensor is only designed to pick that up. So let's give you a little history here. We're back to 1994. 1994 Astrovan, since it was one of the jobs that I was working on. Here is the position of the knock sensor. Notice it's in the cylinder head, position 3. You will find knock sensors on cylinder heads. You will find them at the back of intake manifolds. You will find them under intake manifolds in the lifter valley. You will find them in the front side of engine blocks. You will find them in many different positions. They're designed to pick up knock, and they will pick up knock signals almost anywhere on an engine. There's the history. So by you relocating, I've been relocating knock sensors on non-boosted engines for at least 20 to 30 years with zero effects on people's cars. Zero. The benefit to this for the customer is it reduces the labor time to them. It resolves a problem. It doesn't have to be in the exact location. We'll give you Chevy LS. Chevy LS engines have them under the intake manifolds in the lifter valley, we call it. Some of the other generation knock sensors are on the outside of the block, left and right side. So they can be anywhere on the engine itself. We've seen them on cylinder heads. We've seen them on the back of cylinder heads. We've seen them on the back of intake manifolds. We've seen them front of cylinder blocks, left and right side of blocks, front and rear of 4-cylinder blocks. So relocating the knock sensor is just a tech tip, knowledge and experience that I have that actually works, and it's still picking up knock. If it wasn't doing its job, it will turn on the engine light, just like an airbag. If the airbag is not working, any part of that airbag system, it will illuminate a light. That's how it works. So knock sensors for boosted and supercharged vehicles, I do not advise doing it because they are more sensitive to knock signals to reduce the timing in the engine. On a naturally aspirated vehicle, it's really not that big of a deal, but it will still pick up the same exact frequency of knock that it was designed for. So everyone out there that has a lot to say, keep commenting. I love the comments. All I can tell you is the content I put out works. I've been doing knock sensor. It's not even a knock sensor bypass. It's very hard to bypass a knock sensor unless you're turning it off in the PCM powertrain control module, meaning turning that feature off. And tuners can do that. But for regular vehicles, you can't have a resistor that doesn't have a varying voltage. So if the knock sensor sits at a certain resistance for too long of time, the PCMs, the newer PCMs, know that should be moving someplace in that resistance area, and if it sees it sit at idle too long, it will. So that's why we advise using OEM knock sensors. Aftermarket ones just suck, I'm going to say it. And that's that. So the Lexus, what I like about Lexus and GM's knock sensor diagnostic strategy is you don't need a complete drive cycle to see if the knock sensor has an issue. You can go down the road, drive it wide open throttle, 15 minutes or less, scan it and see if there's a pending code. In the older days, it really wasn't looking for that diagnostic sweep in the resistance, but the newer cars are looking for it. They're not looking for the knock sensors to sit at idle on the resistance. Thanks for watching. I hope this answers everything to you. The proof is right here. Knock sensors can be located anywhere. Cylinder head. Where's your knock come from? Knock is coming from the combustion chamber. So being in the center of the block, in my opinion, really isn't necessarily more accurate. If you want to identify knock and in the cylinders, if you want to get technical, it should be right near the combustion chamber. Combustion chamber, combustion chamber. So knock sensors can be anywhere on the engine. They can't be on plastic or aluminum. They got to be on cast iron. Actually, I haven't looked at the newer LS aluminum blocks for knock sensors because I haven't had to deal with them. So most of what I'm dealing with has been cast iron block stuff. Thanks for watching.